Hi, I'm Louise and we are doing Year 2 Phonics and we've made it to Day 5. So Day 5 is a review of what we've learnt throughout the week. So let's go start with our grapheme deck. So up comes our grapheme deck. You can repeat it after me. So, E, E, A. D, T, D. U, O, O. O, O. E, I. E, E. Ow, O. K, at the end of a one-syllable word after a short vowel. So it's kind of like we can do our vowel swap there. Ak, ek, ik, ok, uk. Sh. Ch. Ooh. A, end of base words. Acting as a vowel, E, I. E, end of multisyllable, I, end of short words. Oi, end. U, u. A, a. O, o. It's really soft, it's not a burr, it's a e, dropped one. And this is acting as a consonant, yi, yo-yo, yi. And ch, long spelling of ch. What's the rule? We use TCH at the end of a one-syllable word after a short vowel. Excellent. Okay, let's move on to our definitions. So our definitions, we've been doing them all week. Let's go. So a phoneme represents a single sound. A grapheme is a letter or group of letters together representing a sound. Syllable is a beat in a word, must have a vowel in it. Digraph, two letters together that represent one sound. Trigraph, remember, three letters that together represent one sound. Excellent. And do we have morpheme? Let's just put it in there. So what's that morpheme? A morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning within a word. Okay, so let's have a look at our learning intention for today. It's a review lesson, so we're going to recover ch, TCH spelling, ch, at the end of words, following of our team, or checking for that consonant right before the ch phoneme. And then our morpheme est. What does it mean? Est means greatest, more than, or most. Terrific. Coming on now to our first activity for today. So in our activity now, we are going to read some fragments and some sentences. What do we know about fragments? They're not full sentences for a start. They're just a snippet. When we're thinking about a sentence, we know that it needs a verb and also enough information so that we can make sense of it. So let's read these fragments and sentences which all include one of these elements from our review. Look to the board. Clutching the rail. Repeat. Okay. Full sentence, fragment. Who is? Why? Where? Not enough information. It's definitely a fragment. Where's our ch phoneme? In the word clutching. Short vowel, TCH spelling. Next one. The brass band marched slowly all day. Repeat. Okay. Who is doing what? Well, the brass band is. What are they doing? Well, they've marched slowly and all day. We have a lot of information there to give us a full sentence. What else do we have? Punctuation. We have a full sentence. Let's look for and listen for that ch phoneme. Oh, I didn't say it right. Ch phoneme grapheme. Where is it? Ch. Okay. Why have we used the CH spelling? Because we have an R-controlled vowel directly before. Next, shells on the beach. Read with me. Shells on the beach. Is there a verb in there? Nope. Full sentence? Nope. It's a fragment. Ch, phoneme grapheme, beach. What are we looking at? We're coming back and looking what's directly before it. We have a vowel team, CH spelling. Swimming coach, sentence fragment. Fragment, not enough information. Ch, phoneme grapheme, coach. What's before it? Vowel team, CH spelling. Last one. The best brunch is bacon and eggs. Read with me. The best brunch is bacon and eggs. What is brunch? What else is it? Bacon and eggs. It gives me a lot of information there. What else is telling me that it's a sentence? Well, we've got punctuation. Okay, where's that ch phoneme grapheme? Brunch. What comes directly before it? A consonant. Consonant, CH spelling. We're up to our weekly review, dictation activity. I'm going to say a sentence, then we're going to repeat it in phrases together. Now remember, you have to hold this sentence in your head and then write all the words down in that sentence, including the punctuation. The sentence for today, listen first. The snake snatched the largest egg in the nest. Listen again. I'm going to do it in scoop the phrases this time. The snake snatched the largest egg in the nest. Repeat and scoop the phrases with me. The snake snatched the largest egg in the nest. Hold that information, press pause, write your dictation. Come back and we'll check our work. Time to check our work. Read along and point on your page to the words as I read it out to you, just to make sure we've got them all there. The snake snatched the largest egg in the nest. Have you got it all? Want to make any changes? Okay, let's say it and I'll write it. Now, as I'm writing, you need to be checking your work. Look down, check. Look up, check, and keep going. Now, remember those ticks at the end. You can give yourself as many ticks as you like going along because you're in charge today. Let's do that. The snake check. Snatched. The largest. Egg in the nest. Check your work, please. I'm going to make that a bit better. Look for that ch phoneme grapheme. Look for that morpheme est. Est, morpheme in the word largest. Don't get confused with this est, which is a part of the word nest. Sometimes morphemes happen like that with ing and sing. In the word sing, It's not a happening now morpheme, it's just part of the word. So, notice it, don't get tricked by it. Excellent, let's read through this once more. The snake snatched the largest egg in the nest. Now, if I was going to give myself a tick today, it would go something like this, I reckon. Awesome. Back for our last activity. Last part of our lesson is to do our reading. I'm going to read through first. Follow along with me. Chip the chimp sits on a branch and scratches an itch. For lunch, he catches the biggest bugs and munches and crunches them. After lunch, he stretched and thumped his chest the loudest of all the chimps. How many phonemes are you hearing? How many graphemes can you see? Quite a few. Can you find our morpheme est? Now we're going to do some echo reading. I'm going to phrase it, you're going to repeat it. Try and use a pretty peppy, upbeat voice and make it flow. Chip the chimp, repeat, sits on a branch and scratches an itch. For lunch, he catches the biggest bugs and munches and crunches them. Can I hear you? Make sure you're reading along. After lunch, he stretched and thumped his chest, the loudest of all the chimps. Excellent. I am now going to be quiet and you are going to read out loud, nice and fluently. Go. Excellent. Great reading. We have come to the end of our review. What you need to do next, if you're in the mood, is one final task for the week. Your task today is to pause the video here and read this passage a couple of times. If you have a pen and paper handy, you can write down all the words that have est, morpheme, and CH grapheme and TCH grapheme. Very last thing you could do is you could use the slide which has the fragments on them and you can turn those fragments into full sentences. How would you change those fragments into full sentences? Excellent work, everybody. That is lesson 5 done and dusted.